A friend of mine once corrected me when I said that in Africa there is corruption. He said, no, in Africa there is no corruption. Corruption presupposes there is some element of intelligence in theft. What we see in Africa is looting and theft on an industrial scale.
Out of the 7 continents in the world, Europe, Asia, Australia, Antarctica, North America, South America, and Africa, Africa has been top listed part of the most corrupted continent in the world. After 470 years of the European intrusion on Africa, from 1415 to 1885, and 75 years of physical occupation and full-time colonization, from 1885 to 1960, Africans began to wake up. Between 1945 and 1957, Africans began advocating for their own independence, thinking freedom from the colonizer will be freedom at once, thinking they will have the capacity to enjoy the fruit of liberty. After 13 years of agitating for freedom, Ghana set the ball rolling in 1957 as the first African country to gain freedom. Nigeria and other 16 African countries gained their freedom in 1960, 3 years after Ghana's Freedom Day. I think the next thing after freedom is having the mindset of enjoying the fruit of liberty. But the center life in Africa could not hold any longer. Freedom now looks like transferring power from the outer colonizer to the inner colonizer. It now looks like our forefathers fought to drive away the white men, to enable them to oppress and to practice every form of evil act they've learned from the European colonizers. Immediately Africans began to experience freedom in 1957, things began to fall apart. Instead of protecting each other after the freedom, Africans began to rise against themselves. 1967 to 1970, Nigeria lost almost 1 million lives in the Civil War. In 1979, 50,000 people were massacred in Equatorial Guinea. That same 1979, 800,000 Uganda was brutally murdered in the Uganda and Tanzania war. In 1993 to 2005, over 20,000 Burundians lost their lives in civil war after their independence. Can you now see that Africa actually gained freedom but not free from them? Since 1960 till date, I don't think Nigeria on its own has ever experienced freedom. If you think so, drop at the comment section. But as for me, I think African freedom is under fire. Thanks for watching. It's your guy Sandra. Don't forget to like, share, comment, follow. Thank you so much.